Hello, everybody. It's that time of year again. We're going to be taking a look at Time Magazine's top 100 most influential people. And as always, it's not so much about the quality of the people that they picked, it's rather I've actually fucking heard of any of them. Because generally speaking, like when we do this, if we can judge whether or not the person belongs on the list, that's good, but 9 times out of 10 I just like it's more a question, have I ever heard of this person. um it does kind of feel a lot of cases like every glowy that they could possibly get is on this list. It's like the CIA's employee of the month club more than anything. But I got my piece of paper here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these, and I'm going to have two columns. One, have I heard of this person? And two, do they belong on the list? Now, if I recall last year, I think I had like heard of less than half of the people on the list. I took a bit of a peek at this just as a spoiler, to make sure that like the list wasn't good, because if it was good, then this would not be uh I don't know. It's just I don't know. The Time Magazine thing is bizarre, to be honest. So we will be tallying this as we go. I think last year I knew like half the people. We'll just wait a second for some people to show up, but let's ask the chat, and if you're watching this on the replay, let me know, who do you think belongs on the person of the year list? Who do you think are the most influential people in the world? Hint, basically none of them are on this list, but it'll be interesting to see what people think. Uh, what people think are the people who should be on this list. So let me just get this and share it. I was kind of hyped about this. This is gonna be it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. By the way, I've been playing a bit more Heart of Chernobyl. I think I'm gonna go with the Ward ending. None of the endings I find particularly appealing, but I think I'm gonna side with Ward and help bring in a global fascist government because based or something like that. So let me just share this. So I think the most surprising thing is that the person of the year is actually like a good pick for once. Like last year we had Taylor Swift, which I guess kind of made sense given that she's like the personal savior of like white women, but I'll give them credit. They actually like picked somebody who actually made sense to be person of the year. So I mean that's good. The thing about the most influential people is they're trying to be like avant-garde. They're trying to be like cool. They're trying to pick people who no one's ever. Maybe people have heard of these people. I don't know. I'm probably just living under a rock or something like that, and that's why I've never heard of them. Um. So well, the president elect is not always a shit. Like they, I guess they have to. They don't like doing it because it's Trump. Now, the whole person of the year thing, I kind of hate how it's become politicized. Like it's gone from just being who is the most influential person to some sort of moral judgment of the person's character. Like people keep I see conservatives all the time complaining, well, they made Hitler person of the year. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, he was the most important influential person in the world. It doesn't mean that they support him. But I don't know. That's too complicated. I guess. It's too complicated. We have to just do that. Yeah, Diddy is not on this list. So let's go through. I'm sure people have lots of guesses. They're probably thinking maybe Vladimir Putin, maybe Xi Jinping, maybe Zelensky, Elon Musk. Elon Musk might be a good one. Who's the guy who Trump is recruiting all the tech bros through? I forget his name. Peter something Thiel. Um, him. We'll see. So I got my my piece of paper here and my pen. So let's start going through this. Okay, so Trump is person of the year. Okay, so let me just see here. Heard of justified. Okay, so Trump. Okay, we're gonna give them 1 point for both. Trump makes perfect sense. Peter Thiel. Yeah, Peter Thiel I think would make sense, but he's not on this list. Okay, so let's start off with times 100 most influential people. Artists. Dua Lipa. Who? Who is Dua Lipa? I've never heard of this person before. Um, I I I don't know who this who? Why does she have like male man juice all over her? Like what's up with that? I don't know. I have no idea who this person even is. If people in the chat know who these people are, let me know, but I have no idea who she is. I don't think I've ever heard any of her songs. So, yeah, that's number one. Never heard of them. Dev Patel. Who's Dev Patel? The name sounds slightly familiar. Okay, right. Okay, so he is a actor. Okay, so he was in Slumdog Millionaire. I've actually heard of him. I don't know why he's on this list. He made a movie called Monkey Man. Is this like some really big movie or something? Uh okay, I people are saying that she's some sort of uh some sort of singer. Does she belong on this list? Like is she influential enough? Um I don't even know what this is. Maybe it's like okay, I have no idea. Um I don't think he belongs on this list though. People are free to disagree with me, but I've heard of him. I don't think he belongs here, so we'll go with that. 21 Savage. I have no idea who 21 Savage is. Maybe he's like some big guy. I don't know who he is. So I'm going to have to maybe he belongs on this list. Okay, so for people who I have no idea who the hell they are, but make sense, let me know and I'll add them to the make sense list. I'll put them there. I have no idea who 21 Savage is. I don't listen to rap music. Ali Bat, kind of like Alibaba, the Indian film industry for over the decade. Her English language debut. I've never heard Heart of Stone. That seems slightly familiar, maybe because it's the most generic name possible. Um, I have no idea. Production budget of $150 million. What the fuck is this? Um, did this make any money? Okay, so oh, it's a Netflix movie. Okay, that's why I haven't seen it. Okay. I generally don't watch Netflix movies unless they really interest me, cuz they tend to be garbage. So they made like a shitty Netflix movie um that got terrible reviews and this makes her one of the most influential people. So I'm going to say no to that. Jenny Holzer. Um no idea who that is. Um Never heard of them before. Okay, what are they at? Like Oh, she's a modernist architect. Okay. The Guggenheim is like the most fucking degenerate, disgusting thing. I'm glad I got to go there on a day when it was free admission. Okay, so no. Coleman Domingo. Who the fuck is I have no idea who Coleman Domingo is. Um he played a character in a movie that no one saw. What? Okay, civil rights activist, but it doesn't even say what movie it was. I'm supposed to know who like this dude is. Oh, okay, it's some shitty Netflix thing. Okay, Rustin, a biopic on Netflix. So it's some like shitty movie, like civil rights movie that was released on Netflix. Like that's great. Okay, so that's getting an automatic no because it's Netflix and it's I've never heard of them, and it's yet another civil rights movie. Davine Joy Randolph. Who is that? Her performance in The Holdovers was balletic. What is The Holdovers? Like all of these are movies I don't think anybody actually saw. Well, the thing about Netflix is like we can't really tell if they made any money. So she was in like some crappy Paul Giamatti com, screwball comedy or whatever. I don't know. Uh okay, she's some Nigerian. All right. Lauren Groff. Who's Lauren Groff? Her novels would have been a muff. Oh, The Holdovers was actually okay. Okay, maybe I'll watch it at some point. I wasn't really interested in seeing it. Um okay, let me see. I haven't heard of her. Look at that. It looks like a fucking mugshot. Oh, she wrote a book called Matrix, but it's not The Matrix. Because I got like excited for a second when they said Matrix. I'm like, oh, was she in the Matrix? It's like, no, I don't like. Let me see. Have I heard of any of these books before? Um, Fates and Furies. I the cover is familiar. The cover is familiar. The Vaster Wilds. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm gonna have to pass on this one, so I have no idea who that even is. Jeffrey Wright. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, he's an actor. I've actually heard of this guy. He was in the Hunger Games. That's actually a movie I've seen. He's a black actor. Like, let's look at this. It's literally just he's a black actor. And that's it. There's no other like if you read it, there's no other reason. Okay, let me see like what else has he been in? Also, why does being in a movie mean that you're influential? I don't get it. Like what else has he been in? Manchurian Candidate. Okay, I like that movie. Oh right, he was Felix Slider in Casino Royale. Right. Okay. You know what? I'll give him this one. I'll give them this one because this is like actually an actor who was in movies that people have seen. So, oh yeah, he was Jim Gordon. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give them that. Okay, I'll give them Jeffrey Wright. Fantasia Barrino. Look at those. Look at those feet, guys. Look at those feet. Let's see here. She was on American Idol. Okay, we're talking about her astrological sign. Um, like if you read these things, it's literally like fucking nothing. It's I like her. She's nice. I she's just gonna get like she's influential because I like her music. Like it's fucking stupid. Okay. Leslie Odom Jr. Oh, he was in Hamilton. Okay. You know what? I haven't heard of this guy, but Hamilton was like a cult hit among like white people. So I'm gonna add it to this list because like if you're a white person in Canada, Taylor Swift is your god and Hamilton is your hymn. It's something that you're like obsessed with. My parents bullied me for not going to see it. I just said no, I'm not going to see that shit. They're like, well, you have to go see it because it's diversity, and I'm just like, fuck you. No, I didn't say that to my parents, but you get what I mean. Um, okay, some random photographer, Pulitzer Prize winning playwright. Have I heard of like once again they don't explain like why these people are even on this list. It's just that they like their work. Like that doesn't mean you're influential. Like you could probably have some okay, Bob John in his schizophrenic mind says Mr. Beast and Hawk to a Girl. Now, both of those I think make a better case than pretty much everyone we've had so far. Um, like you could even put like if you wanted to do something like weird, you could do John Mearsheimer. You could do uh the guys from the Duran. I don't know something. Alex Edelman. Um, about oh okay here we go. That when his tour de force show Just for Us about racist white nationalist internet trolling and anti-Semitism landed on Broadway earlier this year. It was one of the funniest, most human pieces of work I've ever seen. No, I don't know. Like for those of you who come from a white middle class background, is your family obsessed with Hamilton? Because mine is. They're obsessed with it. They're obsessed with that. They're obsessed with Wicked. I to be fair though, I actually kind of like a lot of the songs from Wicked. I'm not gonna lie, I have a soft spot for musicals. They had to make Alphabet Black though. They had to do that because they always do it. James McBride. That name sounds familiar. The Color of Water. Um, I think I've actually heard of him, so I'll add him to the list. Unless that was a different McBride, it could have been a different McBride. I'm not really sure. So we will add him to the list. Does he deserve to be on this spot? Probably not. So we're just gonna skip him. Okay, Brooks Headley. Um, he was a chef who was a drummer, forefront of culinary innovation, superiority burger. The menu, which I describe as vegetarian, the freshest farmer, the namesake burger is okay. So it's some guy who was a musician, who became head of a vegetarian restaurant in New York. Literally who? The drummer in several hardcore what bands? Universal Order of Armageddon. Born Against. I haven't heard of any of these. Okay, so he's also just not getting a point. Icons. So this is the icon of the year, Taraji Henson. Who the fuck is Taraji Henson? Um, he was an actor I love to watch. A real woman. She doesn't bite her tongue. They don't even say what like movies she was in. Did she just win it because of like this thing like where her boobs are hanging out? Was that the reason she got? I don't even know who like this person is. Taraji J Henson. She is the icon of the year. She is the biggest icon in America. Um, whoa, that is that is horrifying. Okay, I can't even look at that. What was she in? Let me see if I've heard of. Okay, Four Brothers. I've heard of that. Rocky and Bullwinkle. The shitty Karate Kid remake. Um, Think Like a Man. That Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures. That movie that like white people are obsessed with. Um, I don't know. I have no idea who this person is, so we're gonna skip her. Maybe she's like part of the cargo cult like that white liberals worship, but I don't know. Kylie Minogue, somebody I've heard of. I'm not that familiar with her music. Um, I'm not sure if she belongs on this list, but you know what? I'll give it to them. It's like a singer I've actually heard of. Ellen Page. Okay, so Ellen Page is next on the list. I have heard of Ellen Page. She was pretty good as Kitty Pryde in the X-Men movies. She used to be kind of cute when she was younger. Um, I think she was in what was that film called again? Um, Inception. She was okay in Inception. Uh, yeah, there was Juno. Okay, you know what? I'll say this. You know what? I will say she's part. She's a part of the liberal cargo cult. She's part of the liberal cargo cult. White people worship her, so we will add her to the list. Okay, so she will be added to the list. I think that's fair. Um, so Ellen Page is added to the list. Okay, so Burna Boy. Who? Fantastic drums of Nigerian folk music. He became one of the first African artists to sell out a U.S. stadium, the first Afrobeats artist to sing at the Grammys. Okay, I've never heard of that dude. Okay, Michael J. Fox. Why is Michael J. Fox on the list? Um, like, okay, so I've heard of Michael J. Fox. Obviously, I've seen him in a couple movies. I am aware of him. But why is he on this list? Like, did he do anything in the last year that would justify him being one of the most influential people in the world? I just don't think so. Like, he's famous. He was in he was in Back to the Future. I don't know, but I do occasionally. Wait, Michael J. Fox died today? No, Michael J. Fox hasn't died. What are you talking about? Just the schizo like posts of Bob John. No, Michael J. Fox has not died. Just maybe in your mind, Bob John. Maybe in your mind. So I'm not gonna add Michael J. Fox, because it doesn't make any sense. Thelma Golden, um, give voice to a new generation of artists. Like once again, it doesn't really explain why these people are on the list. It's just literally this person's affirmative action. I like them on a personal level. Um, so I don't know. That's power. She's powerful. She's powerful. Okay, Sofia Coppola. Okay, so I've heard of Sofia Coppola. She's a well-known director, so that gets some points. Um, let's see. There's a there's a Sofia Coppola cinematic universe. I'm gonna have to see receipts on that one. Has anyone heard of this Sofia Coppola cinematic universe? Rain, have you heard of it? Rain hasn't heard of the Sofia Coppola cinematic universe. Okay, let's see. What has she done recently? Why is this in French? I don't even know. Uh, okay, I guess because she made Priscilla. Lost in translation. Marie Antoinette looked terrible. I never saw it. The Bling Ring, The Prey. Like, what has she done in the last year to earn a place on this list? I don't know. Okay, Sophia, I'm sorry you're not getting an award. When I played a Black to a Future. Okay. What is that? So much bravery, like a leader in global women's soccer. Does anyone care about global women's soccer? I don't think so, and I don't think it matters. Is this like a male to female or something? Frank Mushiga. Oh, here we go. He's some CIA asset. Okay. He's an LGBT activist in Uganda. Um, so the fact that he is fighting the government in an irrelevant African country that no one's ever heard of outside of Last King of Scotland makes him one of the most influential people in the world. Yeah, definitely a CIA asset. So yeah, um, you're not going on this list. Motaz Azizia. Okay. Documenting life under Israeli bombardment. You know what? Okay, that's fair enough. I don't know who he is, but if he's like the key photographer of the Israeli Palestine war, then that's fine. I'll add him to the list. Sekshi Malik. Um, India's first and only female wrestler. One of the most important people in the world who brought down some corrupt athletics official. Mark Cuban. Okay, sure, why not? I don't know if I agree necessarily, but I've heard of him. Miyazaki. I don't like. Why is did Miyazaki do anything this year? Like, obviously I've heard of Miyazaki, but has he done anything in like the last couple years that would deserve getting this award? I mean, he is probably one of the most influential like filmmakers of all time. Oh, okay. So he did put out a movie last year. Okay, you know what? We'll go with that. That's fine. Actually, influential artist. Let's see. Susanna Simard, the author of Finding Mother Tree, TED Talks. Did I ever tell you guys the first time I was going through like some of my graduate stuff in university like 10 years ago, and our professor put on a TED talk, and they're like, "This is the coolest thing ever. You guys got to watch it." And I was watching, and I went, "This is the most Reddit thing I've ever seen." And I didn't even know what Reddit was. I don't even know if Reddit was a thing back then, but I just knew it was Reddit, and I found it incredibly smug and obnoxious, and it just it made me feel not well on a very fundamental level. So the fact that she does, whoever this person is, does TED Talks, she got 10 million views. And this 10 million views is enough to get this. Like, what? Why isn't Tucker on this list? Didn't Tucker's like food interview get like 300 million views? The symbiotic life forms to help share nutrients about. Okay, whatever. Fuck this list. Okay, Julian Lassange. Uh, okay, some random CIA asset in the Congo. Okay, maybe next time we do this, I'll have to do like a list for like CIA assets or National Endowment for Democracy. Okay, some LGBTQ BLT activist in Sri Lanka. Okay, so they are not going on this list. Okay, so Titans, Patrick Mahomes. I I don't know who that is. Is this like a big person in football? Maybe they are baseball. Maybe they are a big person in baseball. Um, I don't know. People can let me know. I'm just gonna add them because they seem like they're a big sports person. Like there's some fields where I just don't know much about them, and so they could be super influential. I just don't know. Um, and sports would be one of them. Okay, Satya Nadella kind of reminds me of Doctor Evil. Significant investment in open AI. Uh, okay. Artificial intelligence revolution. Okay, big guy. Okay, that seems okay. You know what? I don't know. I haven't heard of him, but it sounds like he is actually an influential person. So, okay, we'll add it to that. Aja Wilson. Aja Wilson. Um, a female basketball player. Oh boy, who doesn't love women's basketball? Is like women's tennis the only like female sport that people actually watch? Maybe like female MMA? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, I don't know who that is. Okay. Kelly Ripa. The Ripa. Um let's see. Daytime talk show. Is her talk show big? I don't know. I haven't watched it. That's not a good picture to make me want to watch it. Yeah, volleyball. Yeah, there's volleyball. I should do a let's play of Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. That shit is Kino. I remember when Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball came out. A friend of mine back then had an existential crisis because he predicted that women would become obsolete within a decade or two, and he was right. Um, Live with Kelly and Mark. Is this really big or something? You know what? We'll give them a point for this because I think this is a big show. I don't watch cable news. The only time I watch cable news is like twice a year when I'm home with my parents. So the Dead or Alive movie, I rewatched it the other day for the hell of it. It was really shitty. Like it was shittier than I remembered it being. Uh I don't know. Who the fuck is Jack Antonoff? More like Antonoff Jackoff, American singer songwriter. Okay. It looks like he's actually done stuff with a bunch of people. So, okay, we'll add that in. Okay, Sundere Brown Duckett. Uh, okay, so some person. Okay, so another affirmative action pick. So we're gonna discount that one. Donna Langley. Um, okay, so some sort of project producer, I think. I the chief content officer at NBC Universal. Okay, I'll add that in. I'll add that in. By the way, since we're talking about it, who is everybody's favorite Dead or Alive girl? I don't really have one because I've never played Dead or Alive, but it is what it is, I guess. I guess you can't go wrong with like Kasumi or Helena or something. Okay, electric vehicle company BYD. I haven't heard of him, but that sounds like somebody who should actually be on this list. Uh oh no, Beth Ford. I didn't even look at who Beth Ford was. Where food comes from? I I don't know who that is. Um Oh, Lando Lakes. Okay, a cooperative of thousands of farm. Okay, you know what? That's we'll give it. That's actually someone. Once again, putting these people as I've had to massively lower my standards, where we'd have like five for this. Because like I don't know if I classify these people as okay, another CIA asset. Okay. BLT BBQ. Okay, we're just gonna discount that one. Okay, is this going to be another CIA asset? Yes, it is. Yes, it is another CIA asset. 75-year-old Japanese psychologist going after promoting feminism and misogyny in China. So, okay, so another CIA asset. Jesper Broden. IKEA. Okay, the head of IKEA. Okay, sure. I haven't heard of him, but IKEA is a big company, so sure, that makes sense. That's fine. Larry Ellison, Oracle. What is Oracle again? Now, the name is familiar. I might just be like having a brain fart or something with what Oracle is. Second wealthiest person in the world. Oracle, oh, right, database. Okay, right, they do databasing. Okay. Right. I just haven't had many opportunities to use Oracle. or any of this, but okay, sure, that makes sense to me. We will add that in. Joanne Kresovirat. Tapestry. Tapestry. Uh, I've never heard of Tapestry before. Like, are we talking about the Star Trek The Next Gen episode? That's widely regarded as being one of the best at Star Trek episodes of all time. Is that what we're talking about? Well, I feel like a retard. I don't know what any of these things are. Formerly, oh, it's Coach. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, then that belongs in this list. Okay. Yeah, sometimes for these, I know them. They've just changed their name recently. Okay, so it's Coach now. Okay. All right. I've heard of them then. Okay. So I'll let her go on the list. I don't. Is she one of the top 100 most influential people? No, but I'm trying to be like super generous. Um, my sister watches racing, so she might actually be able to tell. It's one of those ones where I'm sure he is super famous. I just don't watch Formula. I don't watch racing. Yulia Navalnya, um definitely heard of her. How she's one of the most influential people in the world, I don't know. Um okay, Nargis Mohammed. I'm going to guess that this is a CIA asset. Yes, CIA asset. Okay, there we go. All right. Next time we're gonna have to have like a glowy. We have Donald Tusk. Um, you know what? I'll give it to Donald Tusk. He single handedly like destroyed any kind of does Max Verstappen? You know what? I actually no, I have heard of him. You're right. I have heard of him. I just am not super familiar. I'll add him to the list. I'll add him to the list. Donald Tusk, nominated by Ursula von der Leyen. The Russian economy is in tatters. Tatters. William Lai. Taiwan's next president. Uh, I haven't heard of him, but if he's the president of Taiwan, he could start World War III. So, yeah, I'll add him. Greg Abbott. Why is Greg Abbott on this list? Um, okay, I don't know if I'd put him on this list over like JD Vance or even like Marco Rubio, but okay, it's someone I've heard of. Marina Silva. Some activist. Okay. William Burns, Mr. Burns. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, that's true. Greg Abbott stopped Blue Texas. Yeah, he completely yeah, reversed the entire. Yeah, yeah, you know what? You're right. Um yeah, Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott got a nomination for Gamer of the Year at the last RG. So, okay, I'll go with Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns is fine. He's the head of the CIA. He's like, from my understanding, the most competent person on the list in Biden's cabinet. Um, I'm Not who's E. Jean Carroll. The name is somewhat familiar. Oh yeah, it's some woman who sued Trump. Oh yeah, that was the one where they did the massive fucking judgment. Um so I think I've heard of her. Yeah. Is she one of the most influential people in the world? Yes, I'm gonna add her because she's a cargo cult for liberals. Rena Lee. Law and sea issues, biodiversity. I don't know who that is. Um, I'm sure she's influential. Javier Millet. I'm gonna. Yep, I think he definitely deserves to be on this list. I don't know. A lot of people in these circles shit on Javier Millet. I think he's done a really good job managing Argentina. Argentina's in a way better position under his rule than it was previously. I think they balanced the budget for the first time in 40 years or something like that. Okay. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Yep, that makes sense. That's fine. Mohammed bin. I'm just trying to remember who that is. The Qatar. Why isn't MBS on this list? Like, shouldn't MBS be on this list instead of this dude? I don't know. I guess I'll give them this one. I guess I'll give them this one. Elise Stefanik. Now that name is familiar to me. Uh, right now, okay, yeah, I remember Elise Stefanik. Is Elise Stefanik really one of the most powerful people? Um, in the world? Uh, I guess I hear her name in the news, so I guess I'll go with it. This would not be on the list that I would make, but at least it's someone semi understandable. The first black woman to serve as Ecuador's top law enforcement officer. I I don't know. Jack Smith. Different prosecutions of Donald Trump. Let's see here. I'll add him in because he's part of the liberal white. He's part of the Swipple cargo cult. So I'll add in Jack Smith because he's like a hero to middle class white people. No, no, it's not. No, you're getting Elise Stefanik mixed up with the governor of Yeah, Christy Nome. Christy Nome was the person. I know they're kind of similar. Bring them home. Some Israeli woman. AJ Bonga. The World Bank president. Okay, that's an important role. Okay, I haven't heard of him, but I'll add him. Gavin Newsom. Literally, there's only a couple people who have been like could potentially take over the Democratic Party. So yeah, I'll add him in. William Ruto. Some climate activist. Okay. Giorgia Meloni. Okay, guys, I have a. I don't know. I think she belongs on the list. That's fine. I think that's good. Yeah. Li Qiang, is he the foreign minister? Um Okay. So he sounds like he's Z's like Hatchet Man. Okay. I'll add him. That seems fine. Jigar Shah. Um, Green Loans Program. Like, is it top 100 most influential? No, but it at least kind of makes sense. So I guess I'll give them Wang Yi is Chinese foreign minister, right, right. Ohioans for reproductive rights. Okay. And Andreev Yermak. Yeah. Uh yeah, we'll add in Yermak. Yep. Who's Putin's spokesman? Is that Preskov? Shouldn't he be on this list? Yeah, Dmitry Peskov. Shouldn't Peskov be on this list? Nah, he's because he's evil. Innovators. Okay, let's see here. Jensen Huang. I'm not really a tech bro, so I don't know. Um, People are gonna have to tell me in like chat if like if this is somebody who should be on the list. I don't follow the tech industry very carefully. Um, I mostly just follow geopolitics and American politics. Oh, the CEO of Nvidia. Oh, okay, right. Yep, definitely belongs on this list. Okay. All right. Yeah. Mary Rudolph. Is this some actor? Maya Rudolph. Actress and comedian. I have no idea who that is, so she's just not going to be on it. What is this? Innovators? Sean Fain. Members are the highest priority. Uh, the head of the UAW. Um, by Joe Biden. Eh, I don't know. I don't think they're one of the most influential people. I guess I'll add it. I'm being super generous today. Okay. The captain of the South African rugby team. I'm gonna have to say no to that one. Akiko. Uh, Immunologist. Delineating mechanisms. Some long COVID person. Oh, nominated by Fauci. Ah, I see. I see. Okay. I'll give them that one. Jan Kreese. I want Podolyak to be honest. Yeah, Podolyak. Let's see. Why isn't the leader of HTS on this? Why isn't Netanyahu on this? Okay, I don't know who this person is, so we're gonna skip them. Tory Birch. Um, I don't know who that is, so we're gonna skip that. Rachel Hardsman. Yeah, where's Arestovich? Like, what Arestovich? Bring on No, Dmitry Medvedev. Bring on Dmitry Medvedev and have him like do some doomer posting about how he's gonna start a nuclear war. Her anti-racism research. Okay, so it's another CIA asset. His work. Oh, okay. He's some guy who's trying to help same-sex couples have biological children. His team produced uh oocytes using cells from male mice, resulting in pups born to two biological fathers. So he's the Antichrist. Okay, well, he sounds like a liberal cargo cult, so I'll add him in because he could spell the doom of humanity. So Dominique Cern, I don't know who that is. We're gonna skip that. Dave Ricks, Adobe. Okay, sure. Actually, that name is familiar to me, so okay, I'll add him in. Let's see what else do we have. Julia Sweet. Oh, okay, another CIA asset. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Jonathan Anderson. Kind of looks like Jack Reed. Um, some fashion guy. I don't know. Maybe some of these people should be on this list. I don't know. Uh, I yeah, I don't know. It looks like some other CIA asset. Okay, why is America Ferrera on the list? Um, okay, I'm gonna say okay because America Ferrera is a icon to white liberal women, so yeah, I'll add her to the list. Leslie Loco. Um, okay, some affirmative action hero. Okay, Kennedy Odade. I don't know who that is. Maybe they're very successful. Uh, Joshua Bengio. Let's see here. Once again, I'm not very familiar with tech stuff, but he sounds like he's deserves to be on this list. Okay. Asma Khan. Okay, some random cook. I don't know. The only cook I can really think of who should be on this list is like Gordon Ramsay. Dynamic Duo had made a significant impact on the lives of families who are struggling. Why isn't DSP on this list? Why isn't Nicholas Recchietta on this list? I don't know who that is either. Okay, some other person. This is the only female physicist they could find, so she was added to the list. Black Science Man isn't on the list. Oh, did he create a? Is this the creator of Ozepic? I don't recognize the name, but they sound like they're important, so I'll add them to it. Kind of looks a bit like Billy Bob Thornton. Pathways to housing, housing first. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Sharon Lavigny. Some activist, some BLM person, some CIA asset. The last one, Stuart Orkin. Okay, so some guy. Okay, so of the people on this list, I recognize 26 of them. So I recognize 26 of the people who were on this list. Is that more or less than last year? I don't remember, but I recognize maybe a quarter of them. Now, this actually seems rather high. So people who are justified to be on this list are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 44. And this is being extremely generous on my point. This is me like this is me not like basing it on the top 100 people. These are like if I've heard of the person and they sound semi important, then they get to be on the list. Is how this work. So honestly, I think it's slightly less bad than last year, but as always, like Putin's not on the list. Um, Khamenei's not on the list, and Yahoo's not on the list. Peter Thiel isn't on the list. Elon Musk isn't on the list. Uh, Directors like people have heard of other than Sofia Coppola aren't on the list. So yeah, I've heard of a quarter of them, and just under half of them are like relevant. Now, if I was going to do this based on who I think actually should be on the top 100 list, it would probably go down to about 30 or something. But like I said, I was being extremely generous with these. So, um, that is what we have. So, God bless everybody. Have a good night. I'm not sure how much I will be around next week. I always say this and I wind up making a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be heading back to Ontario to spend some time with my family. So we'll see how that goes.